The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Ronny, he's Paul, and I'm hoping I'm suffering from jet lag and Saturday was just a bad dream. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell on YouTube, support the pod, buymeacoffee.com/Dode Fox Podcast, listen at dodefoxpodcast.com, and you can follow us on social media. We're at Dode Fox Podcast.
Coming up on this week's episode, the week that was, Falkirk Review, Good, Bad and Ugly, Kilmarnock Preview, Loan Report, Women's Team, Academy Lads, the Tannadice Test, and On This Day with the Arab Archive. It's all coming up on episode 311 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, I'm Agustin Mervik, and you are listening to the Dode Fox Podcast.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with a face like thunder, Paul McNichol, and wishing he was still on holiday, Ronny Costello.
Good holiday.
It's better than yesterday.
Is it a distant memory now?
After yesterday, yes. See when you land back in the country at 6 a.m. on the morning of a game, the excitement of the game
Could imagine.
is there.
Fever pitch.
Desperate to get up the road, desperate to get in the car, get a cheeky wee sash and egg McMuffin, up the road, in the house, get to the shops, get a hand or done, iron my pants, get the gear on, back on the gantry. Life was good. 5 o'clock I was enraging. I missed my flight.
I'm not taking the stairs tonight.
I'm going right the way down.
Yeah. Oh, well, at least you had that. At least you had a good week. You had a good week.
Did.
GZP.
Did. Nick Mercer last week.
Yes, it was very good. Listened back to it. Really enjoyed it. Top stuff. Top man. I know he was in the city last night at a gig he had in the Lifehouse. Hopefully, for his sake, he didn't manage to get to Tannadice yesterday afternoon. But yeah, it was like we said it last week. It was lovely him to give up some time to speak to us, and it was good to speak. It's good having guests on, regardless of who they are. But we should really try and get more fan guests on. And Nick's he had a good story to tell as well.
Very open and honest about the kind of being in a band and being signed and the fight that goes on behind the scenes. And I imagine they didn't make ridiculous amounts of money, but they probably made some money. But you know, they're often held back, and and now it's
Forces that are out with their control, probably.
yeah. And now kind of like the second coming of the band, really getting a fresh start and new ideas and stuff like that. So it was going behind the scenes of the kind of writing process and all that. Yeah, it was cool. And I mean, if anything, a gung-ho 10-6's team.
It was a gung-ho 10-6's team. And when we asked him as well, like, what do you hope or what do you foresee in the rest of the season? He was like, I just want to see good football. I mean, hopefully it starts next week for the lad, because he didn't see, if he made it to Tannadice yesterday, he didn't see any. Nothing out there.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, week it was. Scotland are heading to the World Cup.
Scenes. Unbelievable, Rondo. Did you, when you were out with the country, legitimately this week, did you manage to see the game?
Never seen Saturday.
Didn't miss anything.
Well, as far as I'm aware.
Honking. It was dramatic, but no fair what Scotland was.
Yeah, no, that's while the game was going on or nearly finishing, I was being told at the reception desk of the hotel, I've got a booking under your name. I went, it's a big problem.
It's a problem. I am 4,000 miles from home.
Yes. So I never seen that, and then with the time difference, the game kicked off at midnight on Tuesday, and I'd said I'm just going to stay up and watch it. And the look in Claire's eyes told me everything I needed to know, that she wasn't that impressed. But
you're not overly patriotic when it comes to the Scottish national team then now?
A bit like you a couple of years ago, couldn't give a monkey's. So she was like, right, okay, whatever. So she went to her bed, and I Ways and Means found the game on whatever channel it was. It wasn't on the TV in the room, which was good because I had like the audio went through speakers and ceilings and that, so it was bouncing. So I was sitting with headphones in, with my laptop, watching it, and after 5 minutes, I was up cheering and whatever, and then obviously I just went back to, for fuck's sake, Scotland. After that, and fucking hell, Kenny McLean, going on here. Just shite. I'm turning this off. And then the stream would buff now and again. I thought, I'm fighting another end. I just kept getting dragged back in like a tempting mistress. And so I done. And then half time came. So at this point, it's midnight or something. And I was like pretty tired, but I'm just going to keep watching it. And I just couldn't believe it. And I was still awake at 3 and alarmed me off the back of 7. So we had stuff on that day, and I was like,
you'd have been buzzing though.
Kind of time I fell asleep that night. 7:30. Got up at 9 the next morning. Claire's like, hey, couldn't even wake you up. I was like, Scotland, man, take it to you. That was, we had a drink on air. I was just watching the game. With a bottle of water.
It was incredible. Like, it really was. The start of the game when McTominay does that. Just unbelievable. I was losing my mind in the living room. Could not believe what I'd seen. Thinking, I hope they done shock this enough, like he's fucked to it or something, because we've seen so many bizarre decisions in this country. And then after that, you think that's the perfect start. And I'm not sure we kicked the ball again for about an hour. But
no, we didn't.
Yeah, Denmark done whatever they wanted to do to a point. Played well.
Good team, knocked the bar about well.
Knocked the bar about better than us.
Doesn't get you any place. Didn't score as many goals.
Rondo, and like you can fast forward the rest of it. Like the
penalty.
I didn't think it was a penalty, because I didn't think. I might contradict myself. Andy Robertson is on the line, so that's in the box.
Yes.
I didn't think the boy was ever in the box.
You're on the line, it's penalty.
I didn't think it was, but I could probably see how it was given. Never a red card. Second booking for the boy. At the time, though, I was shouting for it, and then you see the replay. The commentators, I think, were like, "Oh, he's off. He's got to be off." And then you see the replay, and you're like, "Oh man, we have." Genuinely, that whole day, I was thinking, "We're going to." I don't know how, but it's fate. The way that Saturday played out with the result, like us playing absolutely stinking, and then looking like we might actually get a draw. Belarus somehow getting something in Copenhagen. I just thought it was fate all the time, And then we went 1-0 up early, and then they got clawed back. Weren't playing great. They get a man sent off. We'll go 2-1 up. You're like, Christ almighty, this is happening. The only time I doubted it is when they equalised for the second.
Boy rolled it in, did he?
I was like, this is Scotland.
I came at the boy scored the second for Norway. Denmark. I didn't care he was Danish.
Because he
plays for Man U.
Same. I knew of him because he plays for Man U. I had no idea what nationality he was.
Calm, was he? Just rolled in and you just thought...
I just almost took the piss. I'm just going to slot this in and no bother. But the ending to the game. Wow. Unbelievable. Could not believe it. Could not believe it. The third goal was tremendous.
The thing is, he's not done, for what I've seen, I think Tierney's done very much for Celtic this season.
No.
That regardless will never be topped. I think he's
you didn't care what he does for Celtic, but we will never forget that moment he gave way. And then, like, the cherry on top of the cake. And I care about you, probably wouldn't have screaming nothing. You're trying to keep the noise down and contain your excitement because you're better half sleeping. But I think the majority of the country is probably saying, tack it to the corner. But when you're watching it on the TV, you didn't see exactly where Schmeichel is. And for him to have a shot for there, and for him to put it in the fucking goal, man, it was just unbelievable. I could not believe the end of that game. And it was, although I'm saying it felt like fate the whole day, it was still a roller coaster watching the game. Like, it really was.
I was
fantastic.
As you, I mean, again, even for the time I knew Abdi was sort of watching the game, and you're going back and forth and various chats and whatever. And there was a few that I went, Kenny McLean coming on.
Yeah.
But one of the things I actually said, and a bit as an arse, a wee bit as the game, as the game went on, I was like, I didn't get this Lewis Ferguson loving. I actually didn't get it.
No,
but then the second half, he seemed to be upless. And I was like, maybe I do then. But it was just in the games, it was always going to play with the emotions. We very rarely had the bar. When Gannon Doak goes off, it was a massive blow.
Oh yeah, I was just about to say that. It wasn't so much Kenny McLean coming on that probably people were like, say what we're doing. It was Mer Gannon.
What four midfielders sitting?
Gannon Dokes. He's a game changer, like with his pace and ability. And
But the big thing was we were then playing 4 centre midfielders across a midfield 4.
Yeah.
And I think that was the thing. I think
I've seen that before.
Wish we'd done it yesterday. But I didn't think it was like it was such a Scottish moment of being like, fuck's sake, and fucking this again, and the highs and the lows of being ahead and pegged back, and the penalty, and the Wardo, the weight, the goal, and then obviously scoring the like Shanklin just being Shanklin, being the right place. I've no idea what the keeper's done, but I don't really care. But he puts it in, you're thinking, wow. Then the two, and it was just that emotional roller coaster because, well, you could tell, I felt like I was playing the game. I was knackered. Not just because how late it was. It was any of those games that were so, God knows what it felt for them, but mentally watching was so tough.
Yeah.
But the reward is
phenomenal.
Taps off material.
There's an argument that you could make that Scotland were the third best team in that group, because Greece kind of played Waterford Park a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So did Denmark.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it doesn't matter because we got the job done. So hats off to every single one of them, because you united a nation on Tuesday night there, and Abdi was happy on Wednesday. It was just such a good thing. So something to look forward to next summer.
Have we, and I'll talk our lifetime watching Scotland, did you during the week witness the best goal you've ever seen in a Scotland shirt?
Probably.
Which end?
McTominay.
Got to be in it.
It's got to.
I kind of kept Tierney and Ronny McLean. It's got to be McTominay's.
Got to be McTominay's.
Better than McFadden's?
Yes, but there was more on the line.
Even McFadden said it was.
Yeah.
Which I thought was amazing.
The keeper should save McFadden's. How many times have you seen that goal? It's a great hit. Don't get me. You're not taking anything away from it, but the keeper should save it.
Here's the rug, James. I'm about to whip it for under you.
The keeper should save that.
But
for that game was essentially a final. Like if you win this game, you're going to America, Canada, and Mexico. So the stakes were higher, I think. The history of the previous 20-odd years where we've no got there, everything was just building up. There must have been a lot of pressure on the players. And for him to do that, it's one of the best goals that you'll ever see. And that might be blinkered because I'm Scottish, but fuck me, it was just, that moment, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Where now does Steve Clarke rank?
Well, he's probably the best that we've had. And you could argue any of the most boring and negative. Because there's people that would probably still prefer him to get emptied before the World Cup, I would imagine. But I don't think that's not going to happen.
No.
I think this will be the last that we see of him, though, the World Cup. I would imagine he'll go after that. I'd be very surprised if he does now. Not because he'll get punted, I just think that he's maybe at the end of his lifespan of being Scotland manager.
Wow.
3 out of 4. Like, Christ, we all would have taken that when he signed up, but it's just, I hope that he doesn't go to America, because the other 2 tournaments we didn't do very well at all. And although you can't ever take away from qualifying for them, but there's times during the tournaments you're like, oh, is it fucking point qualifying if we're going to play like this? I hope that he kind of loosens the shackles and just lets the team go for it a wee bit more than we're rigidly just stick to a formation where we're, like against Denmark, like against Greece. I ken it was effective, but I don't ken when you come up against like the bigger teams, better teams at the World Cup, you're probably going to get found out, because when teams get to these tournaments, they usually can go for it a wee bit more. So that, as a Scotland fan, because I'm the biggest Scotland fan ever under, that is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that he has a wee bit more impetus and going for games rather than just trying to keep it tight and maybe sneak it at the end.
Yeah, but yeah,
but we're there.
Memories in that on during the week that all just, when's the next time I'll see nights like that? It'll be
unreal.
Quite amazing, really. More cup final heartbreak for United. This time at the 2025 Scottish Masters on Friday night.
Yeah.
Seen a bit of it, by the way, but just some of the players just, I mean, Margaro still looks 20.
Yeah. I think we were the better team, eh? Like,
I've never seen the final, so I've no idea.
We said it a couple of weeks ago when we were not previewing it, but just speaking about the Masters, looking at it, thinking, well, we've got the youngest team, probably the fittest. We should have enough, but And for some reason, we're never. It's like the Tannadice Sixes again. You look on paper, you're like, that's a pretty good team. No, still shit the bed for some reason.
Yeah.
But Dickers was outstanding. Podcast pal Dickers.
What do you
Tremendous.
think of that Aberdeen striker that was playing?
Can't even mind what it was, Ronda. Don't want to speak about.
Good.
Yeah. Your son's good at football as well. So.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the game that you watched some of the? That's in the Rangers game. That's a game I managed to see a bit then.
Yeah, we battered Celtic. I think we battered Rangers, and then we just came undone against the Sheep twice. Disaster.
But fine viewing for a Friday. Filled the telly schedule.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
John Daly's been named manager of Irish side Waterford.
Mm-hmm.
He's back over the sea.
Well, I can't. Does he really want to move back him, or is he quite happy to be the commute and whatever? I don't know. But yeah, good that he's got back into football. He was at St Patrick's, is that right?
Yeah.
They signed Sheep when he was there, and then Christ, he got emptied. No, after that. Yeah. So he's known over there, isn't he? I'm not sure what level or whereabouts in the league Waterford usually are. But
let's just say mid-table.
Mid-table. Is it 8 teams in it? Mid-table, something like that. But he's back in the game, so it was good for him.
Mm-hmm. Scott Allen,
that one shocked me. Yeah,
has rejoined United. He's part of the Baldragon Academy project. He's an individual development coach.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a particularly massive role within the academy. I think it's maybe a wee bit ad hoc. He does a couple of hours a week or something. But like I seen him.
I like him as a pundit.
He was a very good player as well, Rondo.
But I like him as a pundit.
Yeah. But no, but I would imagine that he's got something to give, especially younger boys can. Hopefully, they would know who he is, because I think that matters when people are trying to have him.
He left us 14 years ago.
I'm not thinking that boys that he's speaking to will ken why he is FaceTime at United, because he only played 7 games or something for us, something like that.
Never can. Tannadice Test coming up. You never know.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's worth a punt, isn't it? As long as we're not paying a £8,000 a week or whatever.
Again,
for a couple of hours. That's what we pay Abdi, is it not? For a couple of hours work, then hopefully something positive comes.
Yeah. Just to mention this, we have to mention it. I thought for kind of all the staff at the Gardyne Theatre who will be made redundant at the end of December. Dunyoungers College are taking over the running of the theatre space. The focus is going to be student activities and a few community shows. The main reason we mentioned, of course, it was home to us for a few events, and we absolutely loved our time there. And
they were great with us.
They were brilliant with us, and especially Chris, the tech, and his team were absolutely brilliant with us, and everyone that helped sort of pull our shows together. But I think for all the news that's been mentioned over sort of this year about the theatre and what was going to happen, they were saying, no, that's no happened. And myself and Paul, when we were planning the live show that we'll mention a bit later on, the first place we went to speak to was the Gardyne, and when we were presented with availability and what it was, the cost package to do the event, I think we both at the time thought, ooh, something's not quite right here. And obviously then everything sort of broke out and what happened. And I'm amazed that to use a space like that and try to use it for student activities is the way that you can bring in money for a venue. It blows my mind. Given, like say, we know what they've now are looking to charge today things. So I find it absolutely amazing. But for those staff, and I hope guys like Chris and his team who couldn't do any more for us on the night and in pre-planning and everything, and these are the people and all the other staff, even the ad hoc staff and the management and everything. But to read that yesterday or the day before it was on social media, I just thought, wow, like it's a real shame. It's a shame for the guys, and it also seems a shame to have that level of venue as well, and it's just not going to get run the way it was in the past. It's slightly bizarre, but hey ho, we had a couple of good nights there, or a few good nights there. Yeah, I think that wraps up the pod really for another 3 weeks. Like I could get used to these. Another one. Have you upset him, on social media this week? No, not yet. People are still commenting on that. Is that? Yeah. People are still commenting on your Cammy Devlin rant.
Sorry.
you know, and your
I stand by every
face and your accent.
my
And your,
accent, my lack of hair.
aye. I mean, you get done for that now.
That's hate crime.
Correct.
Although I started it by saying somebody was an arsehole, so I can't then go greeting to the authorities, can I?
I think if PC Plods come knocking, Donna, your door is being included in the knock. You know.
The accused.
Yeah. But joining us to discuss that post is Cammy Devlin.
Excellent. And you come. Yeah, arsehole.
So last week, obviously, we recorded really, really early last week, and for people really know, it was the Wednesday night. I think we ended up doing it because let's say I was away for the Friday.
One person messaged me to say, I missed that loan report today, so I think we should just get rid of that.
Well, we've done our best. People done that. Aye, so it was really early, and we'd said that there was a bit of a preview, but a bit lacklustre because it was so far ahead. But we did say there's a good football team coming at Tannadice, and I said I like the boy Spencer, and I like the way John McGlynn plays, and you were like, aye, and you know, if they go a goal up and he's in front of us, and Scott Bengui's is that, I expect this, but anyway, and I think tongue in cheek, we're thinking, oh, what a bit of a laugh that would be. Well, and I went to that plan, just in opposite goals and everything yesterday, but it was 3 going on about 6. Yesterday, it seemed to feel.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible. But if we go back to the start of it, we'll get the team. And obviously, there was a couple of omissions and changes for the Hertz game.
Yes.
And Kamara was missing, so that was always going to be a bit of a blow. And Dario Namo was.
Oh, Kamara, I mean, ACL was snapped, his ankle was broken, and his wife was about to give birth. Take your pick.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's the latter that was true. So he's no snapped, nothing, and nothing's broken.
Someone's definitely not broken.
But yeah, so he was always going to be a big miss. Will Ferry come back for Namo, which I was all right with, but I think you felt a wee bit for Namo because he came in, he did very well.
Then he's injured.
And then he's injured, likely on, I'm assuming it was Finland.
Muscle strain playing for the 20 minutes. Muscle strain with the 20 minutes.
Yeah, so that's a blow for him. But pretty much it was, other than that, it was as expected. I thought, I think we said that, or I said that certainly when we were previewing the game. I didn't think that there would be much in the way of changing the teams because I just thought that Falkirk play the way they play. We'll try and play the way that we want to play in an ideal world. And it just didn't really pan out in our favour at all.
No, it was, 3-4-3.
Yeah.
And
so we had 3 defenders against 1 attacker, 1 37-year-old attacker.
On paper, yes, but definitely not as the way they play. Turns into 4 very quickly. But I think, again, this is going towards the end of the game and after the game, and a wee bit during, I suppose, as well. But if you play 3-4-3, or if you're going to play 3-4-3, Pan Kamara has to be in that midfield for that to work, in my opinion.
Well, the evidence would probably lead you to believe that, yeah, because we just there's no enough legs in there without him. Like, he covers an awful lot of ground, as do the other ones, but he is over and above what the other ones cover. It would seem to me. So.
And ultimately, as any games, you have to start them well. Don't concede early.
No, don't give teams a goal start, especially when you're on the attack. And their goal comes for your attack. Right? Dobzig's got the bar. He needs it away far too easily. He trips over the bar, gets caught on his feet, whatever. And 2 passes later, we're 1-0 down. It was diabolical. I thought it was poor for Dolchik to start with. It was then poor for Bert because he's out of position. Is he out of position because we're on the attack? Possibly, but still, Christ almighty, Rondo. It's not even the striker, it's a runner from midfield. And it's a good bar through for Spencer that plays him through. It's a good bar for him. And then even after that's happened, Kucherenko can't. He's got to do better with the save.
Just got to hit it.
Either hit it, which I think he could, or if you're going to push it out, push it wide. Like, you're keen on punching things, mate. Punch it fucking wide with your hands if you're going to dive. But he more spills it than anything. And it falls right on the plate to the boy Miller, where it's easy enough for him to tuck at him. And yeah, it was as bad a start as you could have hoped for. But given the fact that we have conceded, I don't care how many games in a row, it is 6, 7, 8. 7 in a row we've conceded first. So I wasn't at the stage of panicking. I was just thinking, well, that's what we usually do. We usually give teams a goal start. At least this time we've gave them.
And it's early. Loads of time to come back.
We've gave them a goal start. There's probably injury time added on, and there's probably still 90 minutes to play here. So like we should be all right. But at no stage did I think that we were all right. Like we were getting played off the park a lot of the time.
We were getting split open
Yeah.
so many times.
Yeah.
And I there's a few players in that Falkirk team I do really like. I think the boy Spencer's really good. But I've never once looked at the boy Calvin Miller and thought he was brilliant. But he was brilliant yesterday. Now, I don't care if that's him raising his game or how off it we were. But him and I've just totally forgot the but 22, the two of them had the freedom of Tannadice yesterday.
Yeah.
They were in picking up pockets of space. I thought we had 10 men at one point.
I thought they had 12.
Oh, well, there you go.
So we thought
12 v 10.
We thought the same. Well, that's it. We were in agreement then. Yeah, it looked like they had an extra man, and it doesn't feel like that long since I sat here and said this to you in reference to United away at Motherwell. It felt like that at that time as well, that we had a man less than the opposition when we didn't. But that's just the way it felt. They were so comfortable on the ball. They were knocking it about very well. We never troubled them at all. We couldn't have. Nothing that we were doing was right. It felt like we were never in the right place. And although they didn't create too many chances, they were easily the better side in the game. Easily the better side. And then they go and get a corner, 20 odd minutes in, and you can see at the kind of mind of, I don't know if you seen it at the time, but they were crowding the keeper. Absolutely crowding the keeper to the point that the ref was like, oh, and he had a word with one of them. And I jokingly said, Christ, we can see, we can exactly where this bar is going then. And for the keeper to punch the bar once again, the opposite direction, that's a skill in itself, remember. I don't care how you're able to do that. You come out, you put a hand behind the punch, and you manage to scluff the bar, and it goes behind you and into the net. That was it for me, as far as the keeper. Like, I've defended him a season, but we're now still in November. He's punched the bar in the net twice. And yesterday, it wasn't the one at Easter Road, conditions were shite. He had a man on him. Yesterday, he's probably got the weakest Falkirk player on him. He's not even challenging him, really. It's just an absolute goalkeeping disaster. And it's unforgivable for me.
Yeah, it's not at the time, because there was we never got any replays actually. But seeing it back last night and even this morning, he actually goes with the wrong fist. He should go with his right.
It's a disaster.
Because if the ball's coming in here, and I'm no expert, right? I've played in the goals of Bern, right? But this is definitely not me being a coach here. But if that ball comes in for the left, I'm not going to wee my left. I'm coming out. I would grab it. The W would be out. Mm-hmm. But you would go with the right to get behind it, get power in it. Speaking like Anthony Joshua here when Jake Paul comes walking in. But I would go behind, I would punch it, and you'd clear it. I didn't care what going with the left goes, but
it's the nearest arm.
And then it's a Superman impression. It's behind, it's in, it's a 2-0, and you could see players round, the heads drop.
Yeah.
Boys are shouting. It's just like, wow.
That to me was telling. That to me made me think they either didn't like the guy, or they certainly didn't trust him.
Yeah.
You seen him. There was only Bert that went and said anything to him, and it looked like he was trying to G him up, but he might have been calling him a cunt. Like you just didn't can. Maybe you just didn't can. It was just a disaster, Rondo.
Mark that in, so that's 29 minutes. The steward.
It was an absolute disaster.
It was.
You can't be punching the bar that you're in net when you're under that much pressure. No. You can't do it full stop. But as I say, that he done it at Easter Road. He's done it there. He made a howling ass of the goal that St Mirren got against us.
And the heart says pure unlucky.
Yeah, I've seen people saying, I think it was Alan Temple actually. He was like, that's 3 own goals he's got this year.
I mean, on paper, it does.
But that's harsh, bringing that in up. against Hertz because like that was just bad luck.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But the three I've mentioned, they're all solely on him. And we've seen this before. That's probably how I'm so annoyed at it today, because we've sat through this before. Not that long ago, it feels like, where we stuck to our guns and played a keeper way too many times that was a complete liability. And personally for me, I probably would have absolutely destroyed the guy's confidence, because I would have subbed him there and then when that second goal went in. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but that's what I would have done in the moment, because I was absolutely raging, thinking, this is the third time you've done this season, mate. We've only played 12 league games. Good things don't happen when you've got a keeper that does that.
Yeah, I thought, for some reason, I did think half time something might have happened. And when I seen Dave Richards about 5 minutes, a couple of minutes after that, going down the tunnel, I just thought, I mean, he's maybe in a jobby, but I thought half times
I wouldn't have
would be
surprised me.
the time to make the change. I probably didn't think it would happen during the first half.
Yeah.
I think it's like anything, right?
See if it was a defender though, Rondo, that had cost 2 goals and was hitting a howler.
Well, we've seen that.
Of course.
I ken what you're saying. I ken what you're saying, right? I get that. I generally ken what you're saying. So when a striker's off the ball, what happens? He gets dropped, right? When defending with midfield, they are get dropped, right? Goalkeepers are that very interesting position in terms of some teams have got a number one, really experienced, whatever, and maybe a young or an older. We've actually got another goalie he's older, but no old in terms of goalie. Kuchenko's young in terms of goalie, possibly. But I think now we are generally sitting on what might just be the biggest decision Jim Goodwin's got to make this season.
Yeah.
Right now, as we go to Rugby Park or whatever it's called, on Saturday. Genuinely believe that now.
I'd be amazed.
He is either going to have the absolute biggest pair of bars in world football, bold claim, and go, you're my man, you're in the goal. I'm just not sure I could see it now.
No.
I genuinely don't.
I think he'll be sitting on his arse on Saturday night.
And the thing is, it might be the best thing that can happen to him. Because you think about...
It probably is the best thing that can happen for the team.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, I'm saying all that. I didn't actually ken that much about Dave Richards. Like, we didn't really ken how good a keeper he is, because we've not seen him that often. But that's not to say he doesn't deserve a chance.
He's done well at the back end of the season.
Of course he did. Of course
Did really well against Aberdeen.
But so did young Sam Cole-Hardin, and we all know that he's an afterthought in the manager's eyes this season. But you can't persist with this. As you say, probably for the guys in good, let Kucherenko sit on the bench for a period of time and he can regain the confidence, whatever. And we just had to go with Dave Richards for the time being, because on that first half alone, like that, he's been a big part of the first 2 goals. He was the part of the second goal. Obviously, the team doesn't help him for the first, but he's got to do better.
The thing is, as well, and it's the frustrating thing of a goalkeeping position, the highs and the lows. They're like 10 minutes later, a back comes in and he comes up off his line, 12, 15 years, gathers it, no problem in the air. And I just think, like, I'm not saying that's a simple thing to do, but you've came and claimed for there, and then I look at what should have possibly been a simple save for the first, he should do better. The second is just, I mean, you can't there's no defence, there's no boy on you, it's hard to defend.
Yeah.
So then that happens, and it was just, I thought at half time that might be the change to happen, right? And it obviously doesn't go for that, but it shows that highs and lows of that position. But generally, I will be amazed if he is in the goal on Saturday. I generally will be amazed, and that comes down to a discussion with the manager, the coach, Paul Mathers, the keepers, whatever. But at the same time, Dave Richards must need to watch on and go.
He'll not be happy.
At the same time, he'll be going, see, that's my mate out there, but I need to be in that goal now.
He'll want to play.
Got to be.
And he's got every right to think that he deserves to play now.
Certainly now.
No, even on the back of anything he's done.
Certainly now.
Yeah. We kind of, you kind of, like, sometimes you stick with a guy and he plays himself into form, I don't think you can do that with the goalkeeper situation. This league's too tight. And we ken what it's like when you've got dodgy goalkeepers.
Yeah.
It's when we've had dodgy goalkeepers in the past 10 years, we've always been relegated. And I'm not saying we're going to get relegated, but if you stick with somebody that's regularly, once every 4 games, punching a bat into his own net, you're going to be flirting merely the bottom of the table than you will be top 6.
Yeah. And, well, obviously, we'll come to that when we're round the game up. We're planning ahead. Just one mention before we actually get to half time. Just really the one chance for Taz header hit the bar.
Yeah, that was a decent chance, but ultimately, like Nuns, I think that was about the only thing that we.
It was, yeah. Well,
I
default.
think Vichko had a long range effort.
He didn't head out the back post this week, no?
Nah, because like a lot of his mates yesterday, he was stinking in that first half.
They were certainly, I mean, again, Falkirk, stronger, faster, more aggressive, quicker.
Just better. It's a confidence
Everything about it.
when we're losing games. Like, we deserve to lose this one.
Half time. Wow.
Violent. Absolutely violent.
Can you get a half mortem? No, a post mortem. Can you get a half mortem? United were on their deathbed.
Yeah, it'll probably be the same as what we say about the end of the game, because there wasn't really any improvement. It was just stinking. It was absolutely stinking. You were thinking to yourself, how many subbies will be like Mark here?
He did. Somebody check the rule book. He did 11. Do you get a free pass for doing 11?
Yeah, is there like a loophole in these laws of football here? You kind of knew there was going to be changes. As you say, like, I was half thinking, I wonder if he will change the goalie. And then you saw Trapmanovsky and Strain. They were going through a wee bit more of a hurried warm-up.
I was a bit amazed with Kit, even after the first went in, but how another man didn't appear in midfield.
Yeah.
We'll get to in the second half of what did happen, but
yeah, but
2 changes.
The changes at half time, I understood changing them, but it didn't. It was weird because for once, when we usually make these sort of changes at half time because it's no worked, we usually change the shape. We didn't change the shape. We just went, right, okay, Strain, you go there, look at you go into midfield. And Dolchik, once again, you've been a passenger, mate. You've offered absolutely nothing, which is a sin, because you can be so good. How can you offer everything or nothing? Like, we've got to find something in the middle for him. We've got to, because yesterday he's got fingerprints on their first goal. I'm not saying it's his fault.
I mean, they're light fingerprints, like. I mean, he'll not get done for the murder, but he'll get done for he'll be involved. He's a getaway driver.
It's a blemish.
He's not the bank robber. He's a getaway driver.
He's scared. But he's got to offer us more, and he can't hear any complaints about getting taken off. He can't.
You know what? It is an interesting, like, with Dolchik, because he is very much an all or nothing guy, it seems. There's no.
But too often it's nothing. Too often.
Certainly, lately, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Even if it was 1 week shite, 1 week superb, you would probably take that.
Well, being plenty of players like that as a United fan.
But you'd probably take it, but it's not even that.
No.
And he's not really been at it for all the hype. When he got Player of the Month and he was on fire, and Abdi was really hoping that United could get a deal done to sign him.
He sat on his arse for a few weeks because he went off the boil. You know?
He's never really come back and looked the same.
The thing is, with Trapmanovsky going on yesterday as well, it meant obviously Fatah come across to the other side. One thing I did notice, it was in the second half, was obviously this man in the midfield, but what certainly was happening more and more was either Yuri or Carestes would basically step into midfield. And I actually didn't mind Carestes when he was doing it yesterday.
That's no Yuri's game.
Because certainly for the first 10, it must have been before they scored, I thought we started the second half at least like they'd had a bit of a kick in the arse. Will Ferry sticks 12 great balls across the face. You know, we have a couple of, is that when Carestes has his shot as well?
Yeah, should do better.
You know, but then ultimately,
got to hit the target,
long bar up, keeper stops, starts, no sure whether to go or no, and then, I mean, I'm not saying it was a foot race. Ryan Graham's.
We're wide open.
We're
wide open.
37 and was made look like prime Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Goes round the keeper too easy and 3-0. Holy smokes, man.
Yeah. We were wide open at the back. It's a great bar for Miller again, I think it is. Great bar for him on a tee, but then even then, like, again, I thought the keeper should have come out.
He
The keeper
stops.
comes out.
He does. He stops.
But that's because his confidence is
You know?
lower than a snake's belly. Like he's got,
That's brilliant.
there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing in him at that moment in time that I think that worries. He's got any confidence in anything he's doing, which probably leads to think, well, maybe we should have taken him off. But
And the thing is, just before that, Brian Graham might have shouldn't have been on the park.
yeah,
You seen it back?
I have seen it back. Yeah.
What do you think?
I think he's stupid. I think he's stupid for doing it because you ultimately give the ref a decision to make. Would it have been a harsh red card? Probably. But then, what are you elbowing boys in the back for? Like it's just stupidity for Brian Graham. But at the time, Rondo, I was like, when the ref decides and he's reaching to his pocket, and you're like, oh, he's going off with a wee bit of hope, I suppose. And to book him, I didn't even think you could do that. I didn't even think you could review it and then give somebody a yellow card.
So there's a lot of conversation going on at that point, right? Where we are. So again, because Barton the gantry, the screen's right next to me, the VAR screen, and it turns colourblind here, so it's blue or purple. And that's
Did you see when you announced it? Did you see Brian Graham kind of looking at you as if to say, "Oh, for fuck's sake"?
good.
That's class. Ronnie's pushed him out.
Good.
That's a victory for us.
So it comes up pretty quickly that it's basically VAR seems to go through stages of, if it's a real quick check, it doesn't change colour, right? Because there's no announcement made. As soon as it goes to the bluey purple colour, you're like, oh, wait a minute here. Oh, wait. And this is what it goes like this after every goal, because there's always a bit more of a check. Because I was praying at both goals clearly, 3 goals clearly. But after that happens, it's going, and then it obviously comes up, like checking for red card for violent conduct. And you're like, I seen him going out, but
I was the same as you thinking.
you know? So it gets announced and it's taken a while. And obviously up the side, there's loads of conversation going on. Even Falkirk TV were just the other side of us, and the two commentators were going back. But the boy that was sort of with them, even he's going, what is it? Can elbow him? Like, I've no idea. But something's happened when he's ran past him, okay? So he's in the middle, Nick Walsh, waiting. And as soon as he goes to the monitor, you're thinking, well, he's going to take a quick look, turn around and get the red card. It's the only thing that can really happen here. The longer it went on, the more he went, nah, it can't be happening. So obviously we kind of see, we didn't hear the conversation or anything. And you can see Dave Pullman just staring in again. And you're thinking, this is taking an awful long time for something to happen. Comes out, puts a yellow card out, and it moves on. So, it's a couple of interpretations of this, right? On one side, on the back of VAR, he goes out to check a red card. VAR can't say to him, oh, that might be a booking. They've got to be saying, look, mate, Van Connor, there could be a red card here. So what's come out of it is Nick Walsh has then just went, it's a booking. And that's what it was. So it's still a wee bit murky of what it actually is, like, Ken, and the conversation when it came out was said what. But ultimately, VAR can't tell him to get a yellow card, but he has obviously thought it can be a yellow card.
Yeah.
Or on the flip side, as some people think, and I kind of thought, well, it was all or nothing. It's either a red card or it's no.
That's what I thought.
So, but I think the referee maybe there has just went, well, it's a yellow. And I think rightfully it's probably is a yellow card. And what I've seen, does he care what he's doing? Of course he does.
Of course he does. It's just stupidity from him.
But
as soon as that happened, you kind of thought, that pig's going to score.
Of course he was.
I genuinely thought that.
And what again, when we'll keep with pricks here, John McGlynn just thought, I might put Ryan Edwards on for a laugh.
Yeah.
A corner, and I turned and went, he's what a score.
Because nobody was marking him.
And he fucking nearly did.
I know. That would have been, I might have stormed the pitch if that had happened. Well, that would have been.
It might have been in the court Monday morning. I wouldn't have been here right now.
That might have been too much for me to take, especially if the big bastard had celebrated it.
Right. See, if he didn't do a full Simon Murray, I'd probably be disappointed.
Yeah, I think he was fortunate. There was some boos. I think he was fortunate by the time he came on. It's hardly anybody else, because we were absolutely disgusted with what we had seen at that point.
I mean, whenever it looked like mounting any sort of comeback, but
no, but like there was a comical moment that we need to mention when
5 minutes time added on.
When we're on the attack, we've got a corner, and it gets looped to her, and Big Yuri's up, almost a free header, and
Clears it.
he gets his head on it, and he sets off a Falkirk counter attack because he clears it about 20
Yeah,
yards. How
yeah,
does it happen?
yeah.
Has he got a 50 pence piece head?
Ken.
But at that point, I was thinking that this is just summing up the whole day. Like, we've got a corner. Once again, we're on the attack. We get our head on the bar, a clear free header, and somehow it goes the opposite way that it should have, like Kucherenko's punch in the first half. Like, what are we doing?
It was.
And it was the fact I was Sybil that got back to nick the ball, because if they had went 4-0, then pitchforks outside Tannadice after that. It was bad. It was a really, really bad day at the office, and it was concerning because it's not the first really, really bad day that we've seen this year, particularly at home, Rondo. I don't know, like Goodwin kind of said it in his post-match, where we kind of just get up for the bigger games. The last time we played well was Aberdeen at home. I perceived the bigger game because there's a big crowd. They always bring 50,000 to the game, so players, are going to be up for it. But we can't put in performances like that against Falkirk. St Mirren, we were lucky. I'm not saying that we maybe didn't deserve to get nothing for that game, but to win that game 3-1, that felt lucky if you think back. Kilmarnock totally deserved to beat with. Livingston, we were stinking. Hertz were lost at the start of the season, but I kind of gave them a free pass with that because it was during the European.
And I also thought they were probably lucky not to get
we were unlucky, but again, that was a big game. They were up for that.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you still didn't get any points. The home form's got to improve massively. Massively. It's what we've seen at home this season on the back of selling a record number of season tickets. It's unacceptable, and I don't think anybody needs to tell that. But he's going to hit, and he being the manager, he's going to hit change the goalkeeper, in my opinion. He's going to hit a look at the defence, because what have we conceded, about 20 goals so far or something? And a lot of them are gifts. Yes, some of them are individually on the keeper, but as a unit, I think, bizarrely for me, we looked a better unit when Abdi was complete fucking strangers. Now that we've had time to spend together and we're a few months into the season, we actually look like we're getting worse. And that shouldn't be happening. If anything, you should be getting better. That's what logically you would think, but we seem to be getting worse. So I think he's going to have to change it. And I'm not just saying that because Ross Graham's back sitting on the bench, because I didn't actually expect to see him yesterday, so it wasn't a surprise. I didn't expect to see Waters either, to be honest with you, because they've just really returned to the group. But Sam Cleal-Harden's got to get a chance. He's got to get a chance. We can't. Bert Esselink, he looked excellent at the start of the season. He's out of form. Yovu's up and down. He's the most rash defender we've had since Dan Dodds, probably. And even Tannadice Test, he's been off it the last couple of weeks, I think. And if you take the Hearts game out of it, he's not really been at the level that he has been in the past. So there's an argument to make for every one of them getting replaced just now. So he's going to have to do something. You can't keep going with this.
The league table is 12 played, 3 wins, 5 draws, 4 defeats, 18 goals for, 20 against, 14 points.
20 goals conceded. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, only the bottom 3 have conceded more. Dundee 24, Killie and Livy 25.
Yeah.
Oh no, Falkirk 21.
But they found a slightly better balance though, haven't they?
5 points. Yeah, 5 points ahead.
Something's got to change, Rondo. Something's got to change, because it's not working.
No, there's a real, lack of organisation, intensity,
Accountability. And it really stuck in my mind, because, and I fucking hate bringing him up, but the Barraghetti season, the amount of times he would flog a goal and you would just see defenders in front of him. Not one player would go out at him and say, it's all right, Mark, don't worry about it. Come on, get your head back in it. Nobody. There was a complete contempt shown towards him.
I think it tell you, and
it's starting to go.
I tell you, at full time.
Of course it did. The only boy consoling him was Scott Bain. None of us like him. But he must have thought within his heart of hearts, he's
Goalies Union.
Goalies Union. I had to go and try and lift this boy's spirits up. And he just stood in front of him like a wee laddie getting a telling off of his fucking dad. So I think that, and I'm not on the inside of the dressing room either. I could be speaking way out of turn and completely wrong here, but it just looks like there's no, bare minimum, there's no confidence for the defenders in the person that's behind them. Certainly when it comes to crosses. And that first goal yesterday, Christ almighty, Ronda, you've got to do better.
United have won just one of the last 7 now in the league.
Yeah. And when you consider the 7 teams that we've played, that's no great. I know that we've played Hearts and I know we've played Rangers, but Killie, Livy, St Mirren, Falkirk at home, it's not really good enough.
And quite the 500th career appearance for
Yeah, he
Craig Sibbald.
was really poor. Yeah. I mean, he put effort in, but he was really poor on the day. But that's not a dig at Craig Sibbald, because nobody was good. Nobody was good on the day.
No. There's obviously the Kucherenko crossroads that we've discussed, and the big question on who starts against Killie next week. I think we're very much in agreement. We think it should be Dave Richards. That's just our daft opinion, but that's
has to be
where it's kind of going.
Unless Dave Richards is injured, it has to be him. He deserves a chance purely on the back of the fact that the current incumbent is not getting the job done.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, I think you mentioned the Aussie again, and some people might kind of laugh at that. I think Kucherenko's a better goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like, they've clearly got flaws, but he is a better goalkeeper.
Yeah.
You know.
But
ultimately,
he's punched the bar in his net.
Exactly. Keeping the bar, because he does a lot of things really well.
Yeah. I think in Goodwin's ideal scenario, because his distribution's good, and because if you want to play on the counter attack, he's good at being quite on the front foot with that, throwing the ball early and whatever. I think he fits the mould for that. But ultimately, a goalie his best ability should be keeping the ball out of the net, and he's been prone to throwing them in. So time's up for me. Time's up for me on that.
Yeah.
Certainly for the time being, anyway. Take him out the firing line, sit him on the bench, and hear him watch.
Yeah, and I think it's in the press, but the BBC and that as well. The manager was obviously asked what happens next week, and I think rightfully he probably does say, well, it's a bit early and emotional, and I think that's true. I think you go and just firing that, that's a player that then might never recover. And I think you've got to play it, but I think they've
not daft. I think you said it. I'll be amazed if Dave Richards isn't in the goal against Kilmarnock. I will be amazed.
Yeah.
And you know what? That I kind of feel for Kucherenko a bit, because it clearly upsets him. It's not like he doesn't
really.
It's not like the Aussie, it was probably like, it probably wasn't my fault. Who knows what he's thinking?
Mind the Celtic. That's in the worst ends.
Yeah, the 4-2 at Parkhead. Yeah, I mind it because I was.
And it was just this.
Yeah.
He looks genuinely inconsolable at times.
Yeah.
And he looked at even after the goal, let alone the game.
Yeah, it gets done.
Did they?
It gets done, but that doesn't lessen the fact that it's happened.
No.
And he needs, for his own benefit probably, and certainly for the team's benefit, to maybe sit for a couple of weeks. And okay, in training you might be better than Dave Richards, but ultimately, what we're seeing on a Saturday, you're costing the team points. So you hate to sit on the bench. It's as simple as that, in my opinion.
There's a bounce game this week.
Yes.
On Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it's a Tuesday. You'd expect Ross Graham to play. Ryan Strain, Max Waters, Dave Richards, Kucherenko,
Cleo Harden,
Eskilsson, Moller. If he's allowed back on his PlayStation on Sturton, you'd expect all them to get some minutes there. And I think when you're in a team that's...
You should be champing at the bit as well.
Not performing, then...
Everybody's got a chance to get a game on Saturday, in my opinion, because nobody done themselves any justice.
Yeah. Well, Trapanowski could maybe play. I'm just thinking of the subs that come on yesterday, actually, as well. And I think that we're no stick or twist yet, but we're in a form guide that's no helping with at the moment.
There's signs.
Because if other results start going unfavourably for us, we might be sitting 7th or whatever at the minute, but you could really slide and join our near neighbours in a place we didn't want to be.
Yeah. You're 6 points off bottom, and I ken that it's pretty morbid today, and we're looking down there than we're looking up, but that is because of the current form. It's no been good enough. It's certainly no been good enough what we're seeing at him. And even next up, when you look at a week ahead, We're going to a team that I didn't realise had lost 6 in a row now. It's on a pitch that we never beat.
One start on each time.
Fucking hate. A manager that was never seemed to get the better of.
How also does a team go for the Hearts performance to that yesterday?
You take to ask them, eh? You take to ask them. That's
And for
Goodwin touched on it. It's the mentality of the players. They seem to be able to get up for that because they're going into the Lions' den, if you will. It's a tough away fixture, lower expectations. But then when you've got Falkirk at him, I expect United to win that again, like rightly or wrongly. And again, they made an absolute tit of me yesterday because Falkirk could have won that game about 6-0, and I couldn't have had any complaints about the scoreline. But there is an expectation. Next week, I can't say I'm confident. There's probably not that much expectation, but it's a game that you've got to be looking to win. Because Kilmarnock are really struggling. They're below us in the league, and we're really struggling just now.
yeah, Kelly are doing 10th, 10 points. We're on 14. That's what I'm saying.
They got played against us quite comfortably.
Yeah, very.
It's just, and we've already been down there this season in the cup. Got bit, lost shitey goals. Yeah, it's like on Friday, Rondo, I phoned Kelly to get my tickets for it. And on Saturday at 5 o'clock, I was close to phoning them again and saying, here, any chance, I'll accept half price if I can get some money back. It's just no game I'm really looking forward to as I sit here speaking to you about it.
I'm not so sure you can get them tickets away right now.
Probably couldn't I? Nah. Put them up for raffle and not one ticket would be sold, I dare say. Yeah, it's not great just now. It really isn't. And I know it's only, well, we're maybe getting carried away. It has only been like the one game yesterday was particularly shite, but if you look slightly further back, then I'm going back to Kilmarnock at home, Livingston at home. So, man, the performance at home wasn't good.
Got lost. I mean, you look at
Well played.
drew with Livy, drew with Rangers, beat Sunderland, but got beat for Motherwell.
Pissed on for Motherwell. Got pissed on for Falkirk.
Drew with Hibs, but again, like you say, beat Aberdeen before that. We got beat for Kelly down there at the end of September.
Yeah, it's as I say, I didn't understand how we looked a better team at the start of the season than we do now, when it should be the opposite. Like that's why everybody was on a high, because you looked at the performances and thought, Christ almighty, Goodwin's thrown this team together in a matter of weeks, and we're getting Rapid Vienna a real run for their money. And if it wasn't for penalties, like anything could happen in penalties. If it wasn't for that, you're potentially in Europe still. So to get to the end of November and we're getting played off the park at him for Falkirk, it makes no sense. But something's got to change.
Yeah, and certainly it's into them. I think Kamara being out doesn't make any difference, given it's, you know, the errors, the individual errors that were involved in the goals. A man in midfield's probably not going to be totally involved in helping that. But
no, but I wouldn't be surprised if he changes the system again. And we'll go like a V5 in the middle or something next week, 3-5-2 rather than a 3-4-3. And I get like I'm contradicting myself, because at times in the past I've said I wish we would just stick rigidly to our system and do it. But it seems like Goodwin's favoured system is that 3-4-3, and too often it doesn't work. So we'll see. Hopefully Kamara's back next week. Hopefully he does something with the defence. Keeper's got to change. And Christ, we'll probably see a number of changes next week, Rondo. I'd be really surprised if we didn't see about 4 changes minimum.
Man of the match?
Oh, yeah. Honestly.
It's funny that sponsors thought that, huh?
Man of the match was the sound system. Has that been replaced? Because it was a lot louder, maybe too loud actually, if I'm being honest. Give a man a migraine, so it could, but it was a lot clearer. So
would you rather listen to that or watch what you're watching? Take your pick.
Man of the match, like, if we want to go back,
you don't need it.
30 seconds. I might give it to you, because in that moment where you announced the VAR check, it really pissed Brian Graham. So you type your own name on the list that you keep on man of the match, and you've got it this week, Rondo. So that was good. That was the only moment of joy, really.
Good, bad, and ugly.
Christ, real slim pickings. But the good was the good tunes for Sargent and Davy Delinquent in the IOUs at half time. So once more, I'm leaning on you being man of the match. They were the highlight of the day, and obviously seeing Mark Waters back on the park, that was good as well. The bad played off the park at him for Falkirk for the first minute, utterly stinking. And the ugly, thinking purely about yesterday, we were abysmal. couldn't defend to save ourselves, lost the midfield battle, created practically nothing, and had a goalie that couldn't keep bees. Overall, though, despite a few very good performances this season, we haven't really made any progress in terms of becoming a more cohesive and better team. Santa is thinking about packing his sleigh, and you could argue that we have actually gotten worse since the start of the season.
There you go. Before we do buy me a coffee this week, let's have a wee look at what is hanging on the wall of kits for us this week. One that you actually had to go digging for a season before we started.
And the Arab Archive boys have let us down because it's no on their website, but it is for the season 21-22, and I can't see if you can see the paint splatter coming across on YouTube there. But
Getting about a glare, I don't know what it's for. It's too windy in here on our Bonson.
Quite liked it when it came out.
Yes, agreed.
And when I hung
Eden Mill, St Andrews, who have just been bailed out of administration.
Is that right? So are they now the Eden Mill?
That I can, but the boy that owns Balhousie thing is just bought them. We probably changey found in the back of his sofa.
No bother. Yeah, it's a stuff. When it came out, I quite liked it. It kind of lent into the old paint splatter for 93, 94. But when I hung it on the wall, Rondo was like, "So what player springs to mind?" And bizarrely, it's Kieran Freeman, and I say that because we wore it in the first game of the season that year at Kelly Hearts. I think he was left back that night, but he set up Shanklin's goal.
That's the game when
there was only home fans at that game, Rondo. 500 home fans, and I'm pretty sure I reckon it was about 400 of them, and I'd never been to Kelly, so it was that game. But I didn't actually have many memories of United wearing that kit.
No,
I just didn't.
The idea, but I thought it was a good kit.
It was a good kit.
The kind of style now can be like there's no embroidery on it.
That's just a bit weird, though.
But
it's a bit rubbery.
That's like that hat you wearing in sexy times. You keep telling me about.
Yeah, it's a full face mask.
But
what
do you mean that's where the ping pong ball has went? It's I thought it was a good kit.
Yeah, I like it.
It's good.
I like it as well. But I did, for some reason, because that was also the season that when we got to January, we brought out the black and grey Eden Mill tat, which is also beautiful. But I think we wore that more in the second half of the season. So yeah, for some reason I can't think of many games where we wore that.
It's a nice in though. That's for sure. Buy me a coffee this weekend, Paul.
Ian M bought 2 coffees. I wonder if that's Ian McNichol, my old man. Surely not. He wouldn't have bought me a coffee. I didn't like the stuff.
Certainly wouldn't have bought with 2.
Certainly wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have bought you in. That's how. Hi, Paul and Ronnie. Loving the podcast and always look forward to downloading your weekly dose of nonsense to listen to when out on my daily stroll. Keep it going, Arabest and FTD. Well, I keep seeing this, Rondo. I'm not sure what that means. D United 123 bought a coffee. Here, boys, we need more championship manager updates. Shed rule. That would be over to you for your championship manager update.
I know, I need to load it up. Baragiti's playing in my Farfur team. Ian Freeman plays it, and he's a captain.
Elland League yet?
No, we're in the Premier.
Wow.
Never done it.
Like solid defence in front of him, eh?
He does. I've not played it. I've had. Generally, no. I've not actually played it in a while. Because I actually didn't tap my iPad when I was on holiday, so I was kind of lost. And the new ones are a bit too fancy for me, so I'll fire up this week if I get a chance.
Because people are wanting it, it's Amanda.
And see what we could get. So, given what you had to go through yesterday, Paul, and everything else, and I did say to you last week, Nick saved you for 10 rounds, but it is back. The Tannadice Test for another week, just for everyone. So,
cool.
Player profile to start us off. Born August 31st, 1990. Signed on July the 13th, 2011 by Peter Houston and went on to make 131 appearances for United, scoring 27 goals.
So he's 35. Houston signed him on my birthday.
So you should ken it, really.
I might have been busy that day.
What, blowing cake out or putting a mask on?
I'm trying to think of what Houston signed. So he's got to be a striker. Because what was 20 odd goals in 100 odd games?
27 and 131.
Right, so that's a striker. What was up front for United during the Eddie Heights? Jeezy boots. Can't think.
Wasn't him.
That wasn't him. We could have done with Jeezy Peeps yesterday. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm going to let myself down here again.
Another clue.
It's no Brian Graham. I ken that much.
Scottish. Still playing.
He's 35, so he's not that old. Striker. You know what this guy?
Well, I mean, let's be honest. He's not going to be a centre half, is he?
No. I can't think. And I'm going to kick myself because
Oh, yeah.
I really am. It's no.
I think you're a Kent if Brian Graham signed on your birthday, believe me.
No, but I think it was McNamara that signed him anyway. And it's no John Rankin. Because he's signed and he's older than 35 anyway.
He's not still playing either.
No, but Houston signed him. I just can't think of what Houston signed.
It's great for YouTube, though. Great for podcasts. That's not if you're
Then I can. I'm boring myself, but I don't care. Come on.
Gary Mackay-Steven.
Yeah, mess. Fuck's sake. I need replaced more than Kucharenko needs replaced on this podcast. Honestly, that is a disgrace. I didn't get that.
Especially the Tannadice Test.
That's disgusting to me. I am a disgrace.
Yeah, higher or lower? Billy Dodds, who's featured on this before, scored 41 goals for United. Is Paddy Conley's scoring exploits higher or lower? Podcast pal,
Lower.
Paddy Conley.
Got to be lower.
It's got to be lower.
Got to be lower. I'm going to give Paddy 37 goals. It's got to be lower than Dodds. It's got to be.
It's got to be lower.
Got to be lower.
Is lower.
Hey.
40.
Oof. Close.
Yes.
Close.
Yeah.
He was there a lot longer than Dodds, though, was he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you might have went in the other direction because of that.
Nah, because Dodds was prolific for us. He was class.
Yeah. Do you know, I went on holiday in the summer and I started Big Dunk's book, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there was no mention of getting chased by Hilton Huns in it. And I got up to the end of the United bit and I was a wee bit like, who knows about a joint and whatever. So I continued reading it on the plane this time, going out of. Still, I was just kind of out of joint to each time of United.
Yeah.
But Dunk, no.
Yeah.
Paddy.
Nah, Paddy loved it.
Still not finished it yet, but I'll get there. Round number 3, due to popular demand for absolutely nobody, team sheet's still here. On Thursday, January 1st, 2015, there was a certain New Year's Day derby delight at Tannadice. I'll give you the starting 11 squad numbers. You tell me the players. All right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 17, 20. 1, 2, 3,
I need to write this down.
5, 7. You can use your phone. 8, 10, 11, 12, 17, 20. You're welcome to use that. If you tell us this, I would have got you a notepad.
No, right.
But I've not been in here for over a week, so no idea what
So I think Rado.
Radoslav Chesniak, number 1. I will give you a great big tip.
Right. We also, in that game, Nadir played.
We got numbers or are we just marking things up? Correct. Podcast pal.
Gary Mackay-Steven played.
No, did you get when he was born?
No, but Kenny signed on my birthday.
He did play, yes.
He was number 11.
Yes.
Right, okay. Stuart Armstrong played.
He did.
He would have been number 10.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Erskine played. What number would Scotty have been? He did play, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 14, was that available?
Yeah. No, keep going.
No, because I'll just go up one at a time. 17.
Yes.
Right, 17. Wow. Paul Payton, John Rankin.
John Rankin played.
John Rankin's number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Pates didn't play. Callum Butcher played.
2, 3, 5, 12, 20.
Callum Butcher? 20.
20, yep.
So what was that? 2,
3, 5,
Dylan
12. Yes.
Connor Townsend?
3,
3, 12 and 20.
5 and 12.
5 and 12.
Yeah.
Foyut, number 5.
Uh-huh.
Right, so what's my back line there then? So I've got Rado, Connor Townsend, Dylan. So I need a defender. Number 12. Or is it a midfielder? Shit.
You have got Rado, Dylan, Townsend, Foyt, Nadir, Rankin, Armstrong, GMS, Erskine, Butcher. Who is number 12?
Callum Morris.
Nope. I'll give you one more guess.
I think.
I'm trying to think of a clue, and Callum Morris would be involved in that clue, but it's no him. And you'll ken exactly what I mean when I say his name if you didn't get it.
I can't think of what was number 12, eh?
As always, people screaming the answer out.
Probably. I can't think.
Nah.
That I failed. Once more I failed.
If I said Callum Morris, photograph,
Keith Watson.
Keith Watson.
Keith Watson played that day.
12, yeah, number 12.
I thought it was something to do with that photo, but I thought Keith Watson was away.
That's 12 points you've got out of 13 so far. No, you
No, but I got Gary McKay Stephen wrong, gracefully.
Round number 4, also played for AZ Alkmaar, Bristol City, Ipswich Town, Motherwell, Queen's Park Rangers, Rhoda JC, Wycombe Wanderers.
Steve Dykstra.
Correct.
Steve Dykstra.
There you go, podcast pal.
I realised he played for AZ.
Yeah,
That right at the start.
No.
That's a disgrace.
Round number 5, who am I? My first match in charge was a 2-1 defeat to Celtic. My last match was a 1-0 defeat to Motherwell. I used 50 players in total in my time at United. I signed 29 players. 2 players made the most appearances for me. They played 83 times. The top scorer under me hit 36 during my time. I spent over £1 million on players. Who am I? Now, I appreciate it's tough, but there's no loads of managers to pick for.
No. What was his first game?
First match in charge was a 2-1 defeat to Celtic. Last match, a 1-0 defeat to Motherwell. 50 players, signed 29 of them. 2 players made the most appearances, 83. Top scorer, 36. Spent over £1 million.
Okay.
Who am I?
It's a lot of money, eh?
It's a lot of money. Lot of money.
I don't think it's Ivan. I don't think it's Ian McCall either, but I'm going to say Ian McCall. In my mind, it's between him and Stark.
I can get another clue if you want.
No, I'm nailing it.
No, well, I can get another clue if you want.
Right, go for that.
Sacked 4 games into a season. Couldn't hold the slide that we were on. That's probably what happens. And then you get sacked.
I'll say Ian McCall, but now that you've given us that clue, I don't think it's him. Pretty sure it's not him.
Tommy McLean.
Tommy McLean. 4 games into the season. That's madness.
But we were shite. We were not great the season before.
But that's how I'm saying it's madness. Like, get rid at the end of the season.
Yeah, 4 games in and
Tommy McLean.
Yeah,
totally forgot it was Tom. Brilliant. What an arsehole.
Right. On report, women's team, Academy lads. What's going on?
Yeah, Miller Thompson, Ross County. I think we all know what happened on Friday with Ross County. They showed up down in Glasgow to play Queen's Park. And the game got abandoned or postponed. 15 minutes for kick-off, because nobody cares about the fans, Rondo. The cooperative agreement with Airdrie remains a complete waste of everybody's time. Rory Adams at East Fife. Another 90 minutes for Rory on Saturday, but it would end in a 2-1 defeat up in Montrose. He could do nothing with the first goal, as it was a penalty, and for Montrose's second, he had a great save that he tipped onto the bar from the initial shot on goal, but the rebound fell kindly to a Montrose player who was able to knock the ball into the net. Charlie Dewar at Alloa and Lewis O'Donnell at Cove Rangers. Charlie Dewar would miss out on Saturday due to illness, so get better soon, Charlie. But Lewis would again start for Cove. It would be another solid defensive display from Alloa, and Cove would again struggle to offer much in the match. Lewis played for 78 minutes of this one, picking up a second half booking, and the game finished 0-0. Lewis Haldane at Cowdenbeath. Although there was no loan report last week, I can tell you that Lewis did play against Caledonian Braves in the South Scotland Cup, and further good news for the lad is that he was also selected to play in Saturday's league match against Celtic B, who were backed by the Green Brigade, believe it or not, Rondo. And it would be a winning Saturday afternoon for Lewis as the Fife outfit saw off the Green Erscheek 2-1. Hopefully that can be the start of Lewis getting a run of games for Cowdenbeath. Not much in the way of academy news this week, but Lorenzo Sassetti flies out to Cyprus on Monday with the Scotland under-15 squad, and Kai Hutchison flies out to Spain with Scotland under-16s next Sunday. Kai Hutchison is the boy that was posted on social media as training with the first team, and you messaged me and said, who is this? It's Kai Hutchison. This coming Tuesday, the under-19s are away to Killie with a 3 p.m. kickoff, and on Friday, the under-17s are also off to Killie. The next Saturday night, Rondo, the club as a whole will be Seek o' the Sight or Rugby Park. The women's team. Last weekend, the women played out a hard-fought stalemate at home to the Spartans, as that one finished 0-0. And this weekend, as we are recording this, the team are off to Methil to face East Fife. 3 points, please.
Well, there you go, eh? Our evening with Andy McLaren and Robbie Winters is now completely sold out. So thank you to everyone who has bought a ticket. Really looking forward to Friday, the 30th of January, our new home, the Bonner Hall. I said last week, by the time the episode come out, might be 3. There might be none. And there's none.
And there's none. Yeah. Unbelievable scenes. So yeah, it's certainly it's going to be a good night. Could almost guarantee that, because you'll not be listening to me and Ronnie for the whole time, so other people will be on cue to entertain, and the stories that we're going to be sharing with the fans and the listeners and the attendees is going to be top notch, I'm thinking. So yeah, looking forward to that. Can't believe it's sold out. But there we are. There we are.
Maybe we could use some of that money to buy a heater for in here.
Nice.
Absolutely bolt it right now. On this day, in association with the Arab Archive, preserving the history of Dundee United Football Club since 2006, 24th of November is our focus. Games, we begin. 1982, Werder Bremen headed to Tannadice in the UEFA Cup third round first leg. United slogged away through a mud-soaked night at Tannadice to edge past Werder Bremen and keep their quarter-final hopes alive. Ralph Milne struck first, flicking in Eamon Bannon cross. After a strong start, the Germans levelled in the second half when Rudi Voller shot deflected to Norbert Meyer, or Meyer maybe, can't even read it, who knows. But anyway, he scored, and they got an away goal. But with 8 minutes left, Dave Neary rescued the tie, chipped in for 25 yards. The keeper got a touch, but failed to stop it. Milne then hit the post as United pushed for a third. A gritty, battling win in awful conditions, but United stayed alive in Europe. 2012, it was a trip to Ross County in the league, as United came from behind to claim a big win in Dingwall. County struck first just after half-time. Ian Vigurs glancing header past Radoslav Chesniak. United hit back quickly. Johnny Russell raced on a long ball from John Rankin, went round Mark Fraser, slotted in for 1-1. The winner came from a brilliant break. Stuart Armstrong drove from deep, fed Russell. He then arrived in the box to nod in John Daly's cushioned header. United could have had in more, but held firm to take all 3 points in a hard-fought, entertaining game at the Global Energy Stadium. No signings this week, but birthdays. Our birthday boy signed for United in 1998 for around £150,000. He was made club captain the following season. Injuries did restrict his appearances, but he added to his international tally during his time at Tannadice. He left in 2000, he played for Shrewsbury, he went to Chester, he then went into coaching. He worked in Everton's academy, he managed locally in Tayside, he went to Cowdenbeath, they won back-to-back promotions, he was a coach at St Mirren, and then he was chief scout at United under Peter Houston.
Nailed it.
Happy 53rd birthday today to Ian Jenkins.
Yeah, he was at the school as well, was he not?
Yeah, I wasn't I couldn't have nailed down exactly what he was doing now, that's how I never mentioned it, but I think he's still in the SFA. So
Yeah, I don't think he's working with United these days.
No, I think he's into that now, but yeah, he was chief scout under.
Before, is he not missing a toe?
There was something like that coming out.
Did we just make that up? Because I have no idea how that's in.
No, we never made it up, like, but
You got a toe off.
yes.
Took my toe off. Right, okay, we'll hit it, get him on and interview his missing toe or something. We'll do something weird.
You need to lick where it's been.
Yes, absolutely. Do not need to do anything of the sort.
Your foot fetish is someone else. Every time Paul comes in, he's like, "You're going to put the Croc sliders on again, yeah?
No.
Going to put your Croc flip-flops on."
Next time I see him, I'm going to fucking pose them for you, so you can never wear them again.
Beautiful, man. They've got Middle Eastern sand in them and everything.
Show off. Show off.
I'll put to bring the sand back. What are you on about? Anyway, episode 3 and done 11. It's done. Thank Christ, it's done. It was a bit of a slog yesterday, and there's big decisions the manager has to make ahead of that trip down to Rugby Park or whatever it's called at the minute. You can find out more, as always, DodeFoxPodcast.com. You can follow us on the socials. We're at Dodefox Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, do remember to like, subscribe, click the notification bell on as well. And you can support the pod, buymeacoffee.com/DodeFox Podcast. To have as better week as it could have been after what we had to witness at the weekend and listen back to for the last hour and 20 minutes or whatever it is. Stay safe. Don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.